Welcome and hello. This is Transparency Talk, and I'm Christina. As you can see, today's guest is Mr. Torry, comedian and brother man, Reginald Ballard from the Bernie Mac Show and the Martin Show. I'm being double teamed today. How y'all doing?
We good, man. Me and Joe were just here about four weeks ago, riding up to Waco.
We ain't coming out.
Looking for about 3 o'clock in the morning for a Whataburger.
Oh, that's only in Texas.
Only in Texas.
So,
big ass burger.
glad to see you both again
Right.
today. Both comedians. I'm glad I followed instructions and I wore white, so I don't have to be a part of the show.
No shot.
Let's talk about this. So, the both of you are comedians. What do you do for self-care?
As far as what? Mentally, physically, or spiritually?
Mentally, spiritually. I know what y'all probably do emotionally, but I'm talking about, real talk. A lot of black men don't necessarily do self-care. They're working all the time, providing for their families. What do you do when you actually tune out when you're not on stage or when you're traveling?
I think you do a lot of things to do that. I think we play golf a lot, so that's for our spiritual, it's therapeutic for us. Instead of hitting somebody, we go hit that little whack ball. You know what I'm saying? We go get out for an aggression, and it's a different type of, because it's you. It's like you're fighting yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically to do what you can do, and it's your fault if you don't hit the ball.
So is it just therapy, or are you trying to win?
No, you're trying to win with yourself because you're trying to be better than you was yesterday. But to me, it's therapeutic because, you know what I'm saying? He know how we play. You can be up, down, you can be good, bad, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you got to put the bad shot behind you going to the next shot, and you got to endure it for like 4.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very focused game when you got to focus. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to perfect different things in you that you may take home with you, you may take on the job with you. Other aggressions, like I bowl too, so it's like I get it out that way. You know what I'm saying? So just getting that sun and that energy and just getting that, aggressive stuff out of you. That's what I use.
So white balls and black balls. Speaking of balls, what about pool? You play pool?
It's like life. Golf, I always look at life because you're trying to get from point A to point B with less obstacles, obstacles in your way. So, you hit that ball. Women have a tendency to do it better because they ease the ball down the, it's like life. Men, we swing out our boots. They go that way, we hit hard. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me this. I know you attended SMU, ran track, you played football, you're from Galveston, everything Texas.
Right.
If you were not an actor, or even with sports, what else have you ever considered doing?
Nothing. Ever since I was in 4th grade, I always wanted to be an actor. When I seen my first Bruce Lee movie,
Wait a minute.
Not Bruce Lee.
Not a plan B.
Yes, no, that was it. That's it.
There's always a plan B.
Yeah, plan B is to make sure plan A works.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Tell me something that your grandmother told you when you were a little kid.
Confidence.
To this day,
Always have. She told me, Reggie, always have confidence. Whatever you do, have confidence. I didn't know what it meant at the time, but when I got older, I realized what it meant.
Confidence.
That's it.
Is there ever a time you're not feeling yourself and you need to build up your confidence?
Yeah, when Joe beat me in golf.
That's
a cardinal sin right there.
So what do
you lose your confidence, man.
I get it. Being a
I knocked
celebrity.
me out of golf in about how long I've been out? I've been out about 3 weeks now.
Not playing golf or
I
playing
ain't
golf?
playing about 3 weeks.
I keep
But
hearing
now, my swing back.
I was just swing off a little bit.
Yeah, I took off for like, about a year.
From golf?
Because I had some situations.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do y'all like to travel? Now, I'm not talking about for work. I'm talking about when y'all try to be incognito, when you leaving and going somewhere.
We'll check it out, because you got to give this man a big round of applause and give who to positive energy, because he just, his health, what he does for his health and what he's been doing to adjust his diet. He's changed he's been through a whole transformation.
I know.
Most people don't know. I don't know if he's going to talk about it.
No. So you're okay with that?
So for his kidney, his heart, and everything.
I had open heart surgery, I had a kidney transplant. And,
And I didn't want to go there because I didn't want to be so intrusive.
Everybody know, my wife was my donor. So,
exactly.
Keep giving. And, man, all my friends, man, what made me, my family and friends all surrounded me. And that made me
I need to be interviewing her then.
The love. We're going to get to those others in a minute.
Oh, my gosh.
The women in a minute. But my thing is, so producer director, what about acting classes? Because the both of you act, the both of you are comedians. Have you ever thought about like giving back in terms of like having acting camps, children, or young adults? Where would you do it, or you are doing it? Have you ever thought about it?
I thought about it, but you know, I'm trying to get to the point where I can teach somebody. I'm still learning myself. You know what I mean? So when I get to that point, maybe hopefully I can take it back to Galveston and teach the kids. You know, introduce them to that.
What about you?
I do it in a certain extent. Different foundations I have is programs where and I try to support other black, let's say, casting directors or people who teach acting classes. My daughter, all my kids are in the business.
Really?
So, yeah, my 27-year-old.
How do you feel about that when you said my daughter? And by the way, happy early Father's Day to the both of you. It's Juneteenth. Let's talk about that really quickly. Not too much. We're not doing this whole government. There's some back and forth about, it's a federal holiday now. Why do we have it? We didn't ask for that. I think it's progress. Real quick tidbit thought.
Well, Juneteenth real special to us because it's Galveston. That's where they read the was it proclamation?
Yeah,
they read it in Galveston, and you know, my wife and I tomorrow Juneteenth, and this will be our 34th anniversary. So,
for the black love.
So it meant a whole lot to us.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you?
What about what you say?
Juneteenth. You know, we focus it.
Yeah.
When I think about
I
golf,
mean, well, my
that's
thing
tomorrow.
is, I think this was a big start to the new awakening of Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the first starts to like, okay, now we got stuff to build on because COVID has awakened the world to the downtrodden, to the very successful and made you very normal. Which is like, if you don't breathe tomorrow, then I don't care how much money you had in the world, you couldn't pay somebody to blow your nose, wipe your ass, and deal with you. So and it was for the first time it was in the world, everybody was on the same accord. You wanted harmony. There was no hate. There was no wars. Nobody was plotting, planning. There was nothing. Everybody was just trying to survive and just breathe. And if you didn't do that, the world wouldn't work. And when the world started working, everybody's back to
Speaking of, you said
I'm like, yo, what the?
Somebody couldn't wipe your butt.
Right.
On this part, let's just be real, because everyone has their vice and everyone has those things that make them say, dealing with you. And I've never heard, don't care to hear, and if it does, I mean, I consider you both really great friends of mine. Hard to deal with. What's that one thing in your profession that you just would not tell that you need and you gotta have it? Is it M&M's? Is it bubble gum? Is it red soda or pop or whatever you want to call it? Is it music? What is it that you need before you go on stage? Before you go on stage, you gotta have it.
Before you go on stage.
Yes, you gotta have it. Is it a
just
glass of water?
A microphone, a light, and a stage.
There it is.
That's it. A microphone, light,
and one or
and
two
stage.
people.
One or two people?
Yeah,
What about like 100,000 people? Does it
That's
matter?
even better.
You ain't have 100,000 as long as you reach one.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's even better. But I mean,
Tell me something that both of you wish you could have done differently as a young man.
I don't know if I did anything different. I probably wouldn't be here right now, sitting next to a cat. That I watched.
Maybe
before I got in the
it
game.
was. Maybe it was.
I think if I did anything different, I'd have been dead.
He would have been dead. I mean, that's real talk.
I don't think I did.
I mean, I'm saying I probably should have waited to buy that car.
I wish that you not.
I probably should have not went to that
outside.
party.
I was outside.
I probably should have not cussed that person out like nothing. Nothing. So still cussing people out, Joe?
No.
Not out of time, nothing about it.
But just think.
Yeah, you can get it.
Sometimes you can get it because everybody get it.
But think about it. One little iota of a change in time, we wouldn't be here.
Okay.
We wouldn't be here. It'd be totally different.
But there it is.
So you are where you are, and that's
that's it.
Leave life as it is.
You are where you're supposed to be.
Now, if I was
supposed to do.
if I was in prison or something, getting ready to, get it fixed,
Yeah.
then I'd be like, man, I wish I would have done
I
this.
wish I was, yay.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
You have Mr. Torry and you have Mr. Reginald Ballard.
There you go.
Transparency Talk. Stay tuned.